Varsity Football Live, our final Varsity Football Live show of the season. We will, of course, bring you games. We will bring you the state championship games on both Friday and Saturday night in a couple of weeks, but we are talking about the round of 8, and we're talking 4A football right now, and a guy that is accustomed to joining us on a yearly basis because his teams are always so good. His Bothell Cougars are 9-2 and taking on a very tough Bellarmine Prep team coming up tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Tom Bainter joins us from Bothell High School. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great, thanks. Thanks for having me.
You bet. 14 years with the Bothell Cougars and a lot of successful play in the KingCo, a lot of successful play in the state tournament. Just in general, when you look back at that 14 years, maybe what are some of the constants, some of the reasons that you've been able to have such consistent success up there?
Well, it starts with the kids, and we have great kids here in the Bothell area who work hard, who put in the time on year-round in the weight room and in spring football in the summer, and then when the season starts. And, it starts with them, great kids. And then I would also say that I have a wonderful staff, and most of the guys on our staff have been here for 14 years. So, that continuity surely helps.
And another great season. It started off, you guys had such a tough road at the beginning of the year. You played a magnificent game. I mean, what a game at Husky Stadium to start things off against Coeur d'Alene, as good a team as there is in Idaho, a 44-43 win. Then you play the best team in the state. I don't think there's any question about that in Bellevue, and kind of got thumped a little bit, but they came back against another great historic team in Capital with a big win at Pop Keeney to get you prepared. That, looking back on that, I mean, you'd do that over and over and over, wouldn't you, playing those caliber teams to get you set for conference play?
Absolutely. It was very good for our kids. First of all, we had a wonderful trip down to the new Husky Stadium and played a very good Coeur d'Alene team, and we were down by 16 at halftime and 13 at another point in the fourth quarter, and just loved how our kids just kept playing and finished, and we got some fortunate breaks at the end, and we were able to beat that team. And we played Bellevue, who's, I'm going to correct you on this, they're the 5th best team in the state, right behind the Seahawks. And then we got the Huskies and Cougars and Eastern, I think, and maybe Central's up
Are
there.
you sure Eastern and Central are better? Are you positive about
You know what?
that?
I haven't played those guys, so I'm not sure. But, Butch Goncharoff does a great job, and they have wonderful kids, and they're talented. It's fun to play them.
No question about it. You guys have been putting up just some unbelievable point totals offensively this year. 44 against Coeur d'Alene, 42 Capital, 45 Eastlake, 49 Redmond, 42 Glacier Peak, and then in the playoffs, 54 against Puyallup and 52 against Graham-Kapowsin. Who is doing it for you on the offensive side of the ball?
Well, in a couple of those games, we had kickoff returns for touchdowns, and we got a safety, and so our special teams has been playing well. In order to score points, your defense has to play well, and they've been doing that. And, the kid who has probably been having a career type of year is Sam McPherson. He's fabulous. He was our KingCo Crest Division Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year, as well as first team safety and running back and returner. So he kicks off or punts for us, returns kicks and punts and plays offense and defense, and he is fabulous. Now he would be the first to tell you that the offensive line is the group that's getting it done, and certainly we have Ross Bowers at quarterback who's doing a great job, and Dazelle Wilson amongst others at the receiver position. So we're just playing good football right now in all three phases of the game.
Who's looking at Sam, Coach?
You know what? He's a junior, and so he's getting some letters. But I don't know that nobody's talked to me yet about him, but he's getting letters from Cal and a couple of other Pac-12 schools and some Division II schools as well. So I think it'll start picking up after this season. Tom
Bainter joining us, head football coach at Bothell. He's got his team at 9-2, and at 1 p.m. tomorrow he faces the old nemesis, Bellarmine Prep. I'm looking back at the state tournaments the last couple of years. I see 2010, 2011, a loss to Bellarmine Prep 28-21, and then just last year a loss to Bellarmine Prep 35-30. So close games against the Lions, and yet you haven't come up on top. Certainly a great program down there in Tacoma. Why can this year be different, Coach?
Well, they are a good football team, and what I said about our team is true about their team. They just never quit. If you went to the Newport game, you saw that. They play football the right way, every quarter of the entire game. And so they're well coached. They have great athletes. We had some mistakes the last couple of times we played them. We've turned the ball over, especially late in the game. And the key for us this year is going to be able to take care of the football and just worry about what we do. And if we can do that, we'll if we can give it our best shot, hey, that's all you can do, and we'll be pleased with that.
And I'm sure you've seen Garrett McKay a few times on film. How do you stop that fantastic receiver?
Well, they've got two of them, and I don't know. I don't know how you stop them. We can double team both of them, but then they've got a great quarterback and a good little running back and a good line, and so we've got our work cut out for us. And they pose a challenge, and those things are fun to practice with. We used to practice against Cason Williams, and it was always fun to play him because it really made you concentrate during the week. And certainly they've got our attention, and we're fully concentrating on how to stop those guys, and hopefully we can at least slow them down a little bit.
Well, Coach, you're 2 wins away from where you were in 2007 and 2008 in back-to-back state championship game appearances. What is it going to take for you guys to get back there this year?
The great thing about this football team is we play one day at a time, and we'll go out on the football field today, and our captains will say, hey, we got to get better today, and they're right. And that's what it's going to take. It's going to take getting better one day at a time and taking care of ourselves. And we've done a great job so far in the playoffs of not turning the football over, limiting our penalties and mistakes. And if we can continue to do that, that'll be our best shot to get back.
You guys pretty senior laden?
We are not. We are pretty junior laden.
Okay, that's good.
We start 8 juniors on both sides of the ball.
Anybody else that you want to make sure we spotlight here on the show tonight?
We've got some great linebackers. Sean Monroe's been playing with injury. He's doing well. Joe Prokar's in the middle. He's a senior. Jacob Johnston's on the outside. Tyler Wharf. Those 4 guys. We've got Austin Cruz as a safety who's playing really well. Our 2 corners are doing a great job and are going to have their hands full this year. And this week, and Ryan Croson and Sean Hanrahan and Jackson Kymig has really contributed well on the offensive side at receiver. So, it's a whole team effort, and I love the way our kids play together.
Well, Coach, it's going to be fun. It is really going to be fun finding out who gets the best of that Bellarmine Prep Bothell game tomorrow. 2 great coaches going at it. I'm sure you got a great deal of respect for Coach Larson as well.
Absolutely. He does a great job, and we're hoping we can finally get him one of these days.
There you go. Well, good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you very much, Dick.
You bet. That's Tom Bainter, the head coach of the Bothell Cougars, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, facing Bellarmine Prep for the 3rd time in the state tournament since 2010. Unbelievable. Bellarmine's gotten the first 2. We'll see if Bothell can get win number 3 here in 2013. Back right after this. This is Varsity Football Live.